Today we are going to compare some tea bags, and we have the Revolution Dragon Eye Oolong, we have a Revolution White Tangerine, we have a Teavana Youthberry, we have a Acai Dragon Fruit Melon, which is Lipton, and then we also have Umami Tea's Golden Sunrise. So let's see what this tea bag craze is all about. Hello, beautiful people. This is Bree coming to you from Umami Gourmet Coffee and Exotic Tea. And today I wanted to brew some tea, and these are all tea bag teas. These are teas that you are very familiar with. We have some Revolution tea, we have some Teavana tea, we have some Lipton, of course, and then I have my own Umami tea. So we're gonna compare the tea bags. Now, just off, just starting out, of course, I did read the instructions, although I know how to brew tea, of course, but I wanted to read the instructions just to make sure that I was, brewing the tea properly. That's very important. So, only one of the teas, which is the Teavana tea, said how much water to use. They gave the instructions to use in an 8-ounce cup. And I just want to share something with you. When I first started drinking tea, I started with Lipton. I started with the plain black Lipton, and then I noticed that, I've always been a flavor person, so I noticed that I like to put different flavors in my Lipton tea, and that's kind of how I started on this journey. But what I would notice is I would use a big thermos, or I always had a 16-ounce cup, and I noticed that I would have to use more than one tea bag most of the time to get the tea to the strength that I wanted it. But what I'm realizing now that I'm a tea connoisseur is most tea bags are just for an 8-ounce cup of tea. Now, maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't, but that's why, for me, that was an aha moment as to why my tea was never strong enough when I brewed it. So what we're going to do today, like I said, only one tea company gave the instructions of how much water to use. They gave other instructions, but not how much water to use. So, and they may say to use a cup. Well, a cup is considered, although of course we know the measurements are 8 ounces is a cup. In a lot of cultures and all, a cup is considered 6 to 8 ounces. So we're gonna go 8 ounces just to be fair with everyone. So let's get started, and let me just let you know there are gonna be some weird angles, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So let's get into this. The first one we're going to brew is the Dragon Eye Oolong tea, and it says 1 flow through infuser bag, antioxidant rich and full leaf flavor. It just says steep 3 to 4 minutes. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so this has, I can smell the tangerine in there, and put that back there. This is the tea bag. My hands are clean, of course, but this is the tea bag so that you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna put that down in my cup, and here comes the crazy angles. So 8 ounces is what we're going to do. Okay, that's our 8 ounces there. So while that's brewing, I have my timer going. Now we're going to do the Revolution White Tangerine. Let's keep the tags, got everything, so I'll know what's what. And this looks a bit fuller, I'm not sure. I could smell the white. I meant the tangerine in that also. Okay. Okay. That's 2 down. Let's get to the rest. Okay, so Teavana, I got this at a discount store. If you're a tea drinker, you're probably familiar with Teavana, and these I think can be found in the grocery stores as well. So this smells very good, smells amazing. And this is their Youthberry. I think this is a very popular Teavana tea. I think it's a white tea, although, yeah, it's a white tea blend, but there's a lot of fruit in there. So the caffeine level is probably very, very small anyway. And of course, you know, I do have several different cups and teacups and all, but I wanted to use clear glasses here so that you could really see what the brews actually look like. Okay, so we're at my own tea now, and this is an Umami tea, and it's called Golden Sunrise, and it smells amazing. It's a melon oolong tea, and I'm only going to use 1 teaspoon because I presume that all of these bags only have 1 teaspoon in there. So 1 teaspoon. And I have these little tea bags that you can make your own tea bag. You see the little flap there? Let me just show you. See the opening there? You can make your own tea bag with. So I'm gonna put my 1 teaspoonful in the bag, and I am going to fold it over. And place this down into my mug, okay? So let's get the 8 ounces. Okay, now this last one, I've run out of see-through cups, so I'm gonna just brew that in the measuring cup because I don't need this anymore. So let's open the Lipton, and of course you know what a Lipton tea bag looks like, and there it is. I don't really smell anything. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've brewed here. Okay, so you can see the color there. This one is an oolong tea. This is an oolong. The color looks right, okay? This one is ready. Now, typically, I'm gonna go ahead and take that bag out, but typically, I'll leave my bags in just to, you know, continue to brew. But just for this presentation, I'm going to take it out so that it can stop brewing. And this is ready also. This is the white tangerine, and you see that has a little, like a little peachy color to it. So let's take this out so that it can stop brewing. And then this, surprisingly, this is a white tea. This is Youthberry. And this has, although it's a white tea, it has a pink flavor to, I mean pink color to it, which it does say a fruity white tea. So I'm guessing that it has some hibiscus or some rose hips in there that's giving it this color. And it said notes of wild orange blossom. Let's see what's in there. Apple, white tea, hibiscus, rose hips, candied mango, orange sugar, citric acid, orange peels, natural flavors, candied pineapple, and rose petals. So it could be getting the color from the rose petals or from the hibiscus. Okay, and then this is Umami Teas. We made that tea bag, and it's puffed up right good. We're gonna let that sit just a little bit longer because of course, you know, I started on the right side. And then we have the green tea Acai superfruit tea, and that's well on the way too. So now let's taste these teas. Okay, so now we're gonna taste. I have my handy dandy little teaspoon here. Let's see, we have 5 teas here. All of them contain caffeine, so I'm gonna be tea drunk by the time I get finished. So let's start with the Dragonberry Oolong tea. You can see the nice kind of yellowish color. When I taste tea, I've learned to taste tea without any sweetener in there, so that you can taste the flavors that are actually in the tea, or, you know, and those flavors can sometimes just come from the environment, but you can still taste the layers and the flavors that are in the tea. This one, I don't know that I can taste the oolong, and oolong has a very distinctive taste to it. I mean, it's tea. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, so now we have the Revolution white tea, white tangerine tea. And again, you see the color there. It does have the color of a white tea. Okay, I can taste the white tea there. I can taste the tangerine notes. This one is really bugging me as to why. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'm not tasting the oolong and the should be the Sichuan Oolong, which I've tasted before. It should be peach and apricot. I'm not getting that with this first one. Okay, so let's move on to the Teavana tea. I understand that this is a very popular tea. Okay, so I can taste the hibiscus in here. I can also taste the white tea in there. And I'm surprised because you can't really see, and I'm gonna open these tea bags too when I get finished to show you, to see what's in there. I can usually tell what's in there, but this one I can taste more hibiscus, I can taste the pineapples, I can taste the berries that are in here, and I can taste the white tea. So I would say that this is a pretty good balance of teas. It's probably a little, if I'm looking for something for caffeine, then I would want something that has more tea in there versus more berries. But this is actually a pretty good balance of tea versus herbs and fruits and herbs and all. I'm gonna save my tea for last. Let's do the Acai dragon fruit melon. Now this is actually flavorful. I can taste the melon. I can taste the green tea. But the difference with this one is, this to me tastes a bit artificial. So yes, I can taste it, but it tastes a bit artificial to me. Okay, let me taste my tea, and just full disclosure, you can see the kind of the light green tint there. This is one of my favorite teas, but I wanted to do a oolong because I have oolong teas here, so I wanted to compare the two. So and this is really good. I can taste the melon, I can taste the watermelon in there, I can taste the oolong leaves in here. So of course I like this one. Now I'm gonna do, and I didn't think I was gonna do this at first, but what I'm gonna put a dab of agave in each one to see if that changes the flavor for me. Okay, so let's give it a little stir. Okay, so I can see the orange notes, or I can taste this one. Let's see. I keep on having to read the label because it says peach, apricot. This is 2 types of oolong with peach and apricot. Okay, that dab of agave did bring out some of the flavor. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. So this one is the white tea tangerine. Okay, that one, this one, I can taste the white tea in there, and I can actually taste the tangerine. So this is, yeah, this is white tangerine from Revolution. So let's put a dab in the, and you can see what I'm doing here. It's really a dab. Just give it a little stir. Okay, this one probably needs a little bit more because hibiscus, if you're familiar with it, it is a little bitter. I can still taste the hibiscus notes, the white tea in there. Okay. So this is the green tea acai dragon fruit. This is a little sweeter also. Now let's go to this one. Okay. All right. I can taste the difference there too. Still my favorite, not just because it's my tea, but because it, as far as flavor and what I'm looking for, it's a overall round cup of tea. Okay, so let's wrap this up and I'll give you my thoughts on this. So this Revolution Dragon Eye Oolong tea, I think this is probably going to be my least favorite, and that is interesting being that I have Lipton here. But I think this is my least favorite tea. It's tea that I would probably have to put a lot of sugar in order to drink it, so I probably would not drink it because it's just too much to get to the flavor that I'm used to and that I want. Now, the Revolution White Tangerine, I like this tea. You can tell in the tea bag that it is mostly white tea in there. You can see the tangerine notes in there. You can taste the tangerine notes in there. And I only had to put like a little bit of agave to bring, I could taste it anyway when I first started, but to bring those flavors to the forefront a bit, a little dab of agave, and I was good. Now, the Teavana Youthberry, I'm thinking is, aside from my tea, the Youthberry and the white tangerine are my favorites. And I think what I'm going to do actually is put those two together because I want a little bit more caffeine in my drink. So I'm probably going to mix those two. But the Youthberry was my favorite, and then the acai dragon fruit melon, I'm gonna say in ranking, that one is probably number 4. This oolong is kind of tripping me up because I was expecting more from that. But so I cleaned up a bit and I combined the Teavana Youthberry with the white tangerine tea, and it's pretty good. I iced it and put a little bit of agave in there. I know that it's white tea, so it's not gonna, it's later on in the day, it's not gonna really mess with me too much. But that is the Youthberry and the white tangerine mixed. And the oolong tea, which was number 5 on my list by Revolution, probably gonna empty that out. I'm not gonna finish that. My oolong tea, I'm gonna add some more water to this because I can, because and it will still be flavorful. This will probably be, I'll probably take this home to my husband, or I'll drink it tomorrow. But this, of course, is number one. It's my favorite. I put that tea bag back down in there because the more hot water I put in here, the more it's gonna brew. So I love that. And I think that's it. I had fun. I hope you had as much fun as I had making the video. Please like and subscribe. Please tag a tea lover and tell them about me. And I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next